Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Canadian Grand Prix here with the Calendar Season League. You join us at literally qualifying has just started. No one out on track yet, and it's looking quite overcast here today. Canada well known for being a little bit wet from time to time, but hopefully that's not going to cause us too many issues here today. Only 10 drivers today, but hopefully that's going to create a decent race. 25% race today after this 18-minute qualifying as per usual. Tyres in use today, we've got the Hypers, Ultras and Super Softs. Obviously with the 25% race, strategy isn't that important. If you take damage on the opening lap, you probably put on the hardest compound, go to the end. Else you'll probably be stopping after only a handful of laps and sticking on the next compound. Whatever you choose. That, obviously, if you're starting on the Hypers, you'll change onto the Ultras. And Siki has already left the session. He wasn't even out on qualifying. I just need to change this. Apologies. There we go. Getting some joiners coming in a little bit later, but let's stick on board. Actually, let's stick on board with the winner last time out, Frank Honda. Actually, maybe not. He's further away than I thought. So, Unity, his teammate. Yeah, so we'll do a little ride along and do a full commentary once we get towards the line. We won't do a ride along. I'll change my mind. This track has 3 DRS sections, one across the start finish straight, one on the casino straight which he's currently on, and one between turns 7 and 8. So then Unity will show us how to do a flying lap hopefully as he gets us started a little bit off where he should be in my opinion, but hard breaking now down into turns 1, and this opens up lovely into turn 2, and it's going to create some issues during the race because this just is quite a slow corner compared to the others, and then you get up to turns 3 and 4. And this is very easy to, and that's probably invalidated already in all fairness. He took that first corner very tight and he looks like he's already backed out. Let's stay with him anyway through 6 and 7. Then this is the back DRS straight now. It isn't quite straight. I don't think any straights are actually straight on this track. Then into turns 8 and 9, clipping the apex, using all the curve. But don't use all the curve on the way out because you'll hit that wall and that will not do you well. Then into the hairpin. This hairpin is, as always, going to be tricky to just make sure you brake the car. Is just okay. It could have been a little bit tighter to the line, but that's going to create some overtaking opportunities at that one corner as people going a little bit late on the brakes and overshoot it. Now coming down, as said, the casino straight, long DRS straight here, and then you come up to turns 13 and 14. And on the outside is the Wall of Champions, or as I call it, the Wall of Chumps. It doesn't claim as many victims in online racing. What claims a lot of victims is actually the wall on the other side. When you over-accelerate out of the final corner and you just put it straight into the wall on the other side of the track over and after a nice bit of oversteer. So Frank Honda then, as I said earlier, won last time out in Monaco. He is currently our championship leader. My standings haven't been updated, so I can't exactly work out how many points clear he is. We had a good race last time out, as I say, in Monaco. And so not quite at the top then, he's 108.9. Wout is at the top with a 104.5. 108.45, my apologies. So let's drop down to, if I can move the mouse, there we go. Down to Beaker coming along the back straight then, he'll be setting a flying lap in just 2 corners time. Nice and aggressive on the curves, but not too aggressive, otherwise they will just throw your car in the air and you'll struggle to make it round the second part of the corner, and Beaker does pretty much a 1-9 dead. Positive vibes in the McLaren then coming across the line any moment, and he will do on his opening lap a 112.6. So as it stands, everyone has done laps on the Hypersoft, no one's changed onto anything else. Xerox, Tom, Unity obviously invalidating Unity on the third corner, which is where Positive Vibes is about to hit now. That one there took it a little bit tight. Oh, Positive Vibes just steering that one out the wall there. Managed to escape that. So that's pretty much the opening salvo of the qualifying. Lucky or not even making an appearance just yet. And yeah, so Stix has done a second lap, a bit slower than the previous. So Positive Vibes is currently in mode 5, he might go again. Beaker, let's just stick with Beaker, see if he does. He's up on his previous best at this point. He's still in mode 4, and with DRS open, so I suspect he is going to try and put another lap then. Coming up to the final chicane, he's going for it. And let's see what he does. It's looking good. He's going to get up front. He does. He's up. on the front row with a 108.83. Lucky Walnut, on the other hand, has come out of the pits. Sticks, I assume, is on his way into the pits. He's about to run out of ERS if he's not careful, and most likely going to run out of fuel before too long. No fuel warning on his dash just yet though, but the ERS warning light will be coming on any moment as he runs out. Yeah, he's coming into the pits. So, decent opening salvo there from some people. Lucky Walnut will be the next man to get us flying, as he's going for his opening lap. Just over 12 minutes left of this session, so we're 6 minutes in. So let's see what the McLaren driver can do. I think we should be okay in terms of the constant effect in turn 1. With as few cars as we have, that shouldn't cause too many issues, but saying that, all it takes is one person to get off the accelerator a little bit earlier than someone else expected, and you've got yourself a little pile-up. So let's stick with Lucky Walnut then. Looking a little out of shape there through turn 5 into 6. Nice and neat though, around 6, and very wide on 7. Made a mess of his line there. He'll have lost a bit of time. But at the end of the day, you just need to set a lap sometimes, especially around a place like here where the walls are so close. And Vin has left the session, he wasn't even in the qualifying. Oh, Lucky Walnut a little bit on the grass then. Very wide there, just keeping out the wall as he sets his foot down and goes up the casino straight. Let's see if he keeps going or does he dive in the pits. He's going to set a time. Yes, he is, coming through the final 2 corners now. Could have been a little faster through them, but you've got to set a time sometimes, and he's going to with a 1:12, pretty much 1:12 dead, just in front of his teammate. And so he'll be looking to try and shave 2 to 3 seconds off that to move up the grid. So Max Thorne then in the Renault, coming down the straight between 7 and 8, DRS straight. Not too worried about yellows at this stage, because it's normally just people getting out of the way of other drivers. Having to that, it could be someone crashing, for all we know. So Max Thorne coming around the chicane, little lock up there, but neatly round the corner. He had a nightmare race last time out in Monaco. He's looking promising in second place, but apparently glitched himself into the wall and took himself out. Unfortunately, we missed it here in the commentary booth, but we know he's got pace, and we should see it here today. This is looking like a very good lap. Keeps right for the shortest point towards the line, and he's up to P2, just off the back of Welp. That is less than a 500th of a second there, and pips Beaker to the front row for now. Frank Honda, he will be looking to try and get himself back up there. There is a gap starting to form now at the top. Let's have a look at, not that one, that one. As you can see, the gap's starting to form. Top 5 separated by just over half a second. Just shows there's quite a lot of room there. Half a second at one point isn't... Oh, that's a bit of a corner cut. That's not the ideal line through there for Frank. And see how he does. Actually, Max Thorne 600ths of a second. My apologies, I can't count. But then a big gap back to Beak of 0.3 of a second, and Frank's looking more like an installation lap than an actual flying lap. You can see he will not be beating his previous best, and he's going to go once again. And look at that, 2.2 seconds off his previous. Let's have a look at Beaker. He's currently up at 6 and 7. Oh, big hit with the wall there. Didn't pick up any damage, but that would have shed a little bit of speed off him. He's got a bit of traffic ahead as well. Hopefully that was not going to cause him any issues. And the traffic in front has got out of the way nicely for him. That is Wout, currently pole position. The man who Beaker's trying to beat at this precise moment in time. A little lucker there into the hairpin. Stranger got as well. Seroxon putting a decent time. He's up to P3. So let's see what Beaker can do coming up to the final chicane now. See if he can keep it out the wall of chumps. Oh, just touched the wall, but nothing to worry about there. That's just behind him. Wout's all over the place, and Beaker does go fastest there, as you can see, with a 108.36, just under a tenth ahead of Wout. who is just about to start his flying lap right behind Beaker. So Beaker needs to get out of the way, really. Doesn't want to offer his rival anything extra. Oh, wow. That's not the ideal line through those corners. Beaker goes off the track to get out his way. That's nice of him. Well, it's looking like he is trying his best to improve, but it is quite a scruffy lap. And here's a Mo Zero, so he's already bailed out of the lap. So let's have a look at Cyril Som. He is limp home mode, run out of fuel by the looks of things. That's the wrong button, that's the button I'm looking for. So Sticks is coming around the final corner. This is hopefully an installation lap because it's very slow otherwise. And it is an installation lap, so let's stick with the Ferrari man. As he's going around the second corner. See how he had a little... He needs to be a little further left there. He gets over there eventually, but not the ideal line to take that corner with. Coming around turn 6 and 7 out. A little aggressive there on turn 6. Just keeps away from the wall there. DRS wide open now. Going down this back straight. Oh, it's a lovely camera angle actually. Some angles are great for qualifying. Some angles are terrible for qualifying and race. This is one that's terrible for race. Well, it was one that's terrible for race, but great for qualifying. Come around now, around the chicane, hairpin, sorry. That looked tidy. He needs to find a lot of time though, over what he's previously done. He needs to get this into the 108s, if not the 109s. Although 109 is only going to gain him a place. Oh, that's went a little deep into the first chicane there. First part of the chicane, and this might not be an improvement. It's not, he's 2/10 down, and I wonder how much that he lost on the final corner. Unity has gone out and put an invalidated lap in again. It's not working for him today. He's going to run out of ERS. He might be trying another lap here, and that ERS is coming dangerously low to being empty. And there it is, he's used it all. That's, well, you know, he gets a little bit back. See if he's actually going to put in a time. And he'll be happy to actually get a time in all honesty. P6 for him at the moment. Pretty much a 110 dead. Moves him up. Sticks is... looks like he's still on a flyer, so... let's have a look at Lucky Warnock. Lucky Warnock will look at first. He's coming down the straight, continuing straight towards the last chicane. Oh, very sideways there. Holds it, but he's not going to improve. That was just all out of shape coming off on the corner. Let's go on board there with the Ferrari man. Let's see if he can improve. He needs to get over 111. And he's all out of shape as well. That last corner is starting to look a little bit slidey. He does improve by half a second, but he hasn't moved in terms of his position. Sorry, Frank Honda then, championship leader. Currently coming down towards the hairpin. He's looking to get as close to a 107 as he can. He needs to really move up. Obviously, Canada isn't hard to overtake on with 3 DRS sections and a lot of slow corners that you can really just brake late on it. This track is notoriously bad on the brakes. Hopefully we won't see brakes. Oh, I thought he was going to slide into the wall there, but he's managed to keep it out. Going left towards the line, but it doesn't matter if you can do a 108.29 and get yourself a provisional pole with just over 3.5 minutes left of this session. Absolutely flying there was Frank. So Unity is in the pits. Sticks is coming into the pits. Lucky Walnut has done 3 laps on these tyres, and he's really going to be struggling for a grip now because he's got to make it back to the pits, and he's just taken a lot of life out of those tyres. But Wout is on a flying lap himself. He's going to be looking to get himself in front of Beaker and hopefully in front of Frank Honda. I believe he was P2 last time out in Monaco. I could be wrong. As Beaker has either binned or said as enough, as Wout looking like he's almost about to bin it himself, sliding through the exit of turn 7 there. And Styx is also retired. I'm just wondering if these are people going, I can't go any faster. Wout has said, I've made a mess, and is going to be coming into the pits. So let's have a look at Frank Honda. Not Frank Honda, sorry, this is Positive Vibes. He's on a flying lap, just started it. So around turn 5. There's Styx's car. That almost looked like an accident there from Styx. So Positive Vibes with this DRS coming now down towards turns 8 and 9. Oh, very late into it. Hopefully he's got away with that invalidation there. Hopefully he's not lost too much time. So he needs to find over a second, really, if he wants to move up this grid. Slow, but it's round on the hairpin. Coming up down the casino straight, DRS wide open towards the final chicane. Just keeping an eye on his time. He's going to be slower, I reckon. Yeah, look at that. He's at 107 already. 1, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, he does improve, but by 8,000th of a second. So he knows what he needs to do now to get himself up that. He doesn't have time to do anything other than another lap. Unity is going to start a flying lap without his DRS open, interestingly. That's not the way to start a flying lap. Frank Honda's just entered the garage. His teammate, Max Thorne, where's he? Coming down the casino straight now. I think he's about... This is an installation lap. Yep, so let's... Oh, that was close. Let's stick with them with Unity, who is going to be the next flyer to set a time. Positive Vibes, let's see if he's still going. He is, but he's got red fuel. But it doesn't matter if you're not going to get another lap in. So let's stick with Unity. See if he can claw his way up. I mean, the gaps here are quite substantial. Look at the gaps between him and the leader. It's 1.7 seconds. And that needs to be closed as well. Wout has retired. So let's see what Unity can do. He's coming down once again down the casino straight towards the final corner. Or corners, should I say. Just go on board with him, see how he handles the chicane. Pushing ever harder. And there he goes. There's a slow marker towards the line. Trying to get a little toe off him. And he goes 4 seconds slower. He's going to get another lap though. Max Thorne has said as enough is enough. He can't improve on his time. Syrox Tom. Wrong button, apologies. There's Max Thorne. That has actually looked like a crash, if anything. Syrox Tom then aggressively into those last 2 corners. Has that helped him or has that hindered him? He's looking to get... That's hindered him. But if it hadn't hindered him before, losing your front wheel definitely hinders you. So Frank Honda is pretty much guaranteed, unless Unity can find something. Frank Honda's actually going to try and beat his time on the Ultra Softs. That's an interesting call. Just to see, he's as fast as Oz on the Hypers, along with everyone else. Let's see if he can better his own time on harder compound tyres. Yeah, I don't think he's going to, because that DRS isn't open. So it's just his teammate left on track. He's just run out of DRS. That's going to hurt him. But can he get himself up there? He needs to find a second and a half. And he's found 0.2 of a second. That's not enough. So then, that's the end of the qualifying. Just needing Frank Honda to retire, as rain is actually coming down. I didn't see that. That could have explained a few things. As you can see on the front of those cars, there is rain streaking across it, coming right at the end of the qualifying. That's interesting. Maybe that's why we didn't see many improvements on the final few laps. So, there we go. Just do a quick full rundown of the qualifying positions at the end of interesting qualifying. As I just said, it got wet towards the end, but didn't prevent us from getting some good laps in beforehand. So we just get a full confirmation of the final positions. Frank Honda taking pole position by just under a tenth from Beaker, followed by Wout. So it's a Dutch 1, 2, 3 as normal. with online lobbies. Followed by Max Thorn, Xerox Tom, Unity, Vin, Sticks, Positive Vibes, and Lucky Walnut. Didn't actually see much of Vin today. Apologies to him. So, with the wet qualifying, does that mean we're going to get a wet race? One can only hope. No, that's not wet. That's about as far as wet as you can get. That's lovely blue skies. And yeah. So just now waiting for all the drivers to get themselves onto the grid. And we shall get ourselves going. As always, we just wait for the drivers to put their... Well, there's not much they can change other than fuel and tyres. And they can't even change tyres because they're all qualified in the top 10 because there are only 10 drivers. We have been joined by Kimi, who will be looking to get some points today. He was at 1 point second in the championship. Maybe he can extend that lead. Well, cut that lead to Frank. But 5 red lights. And away we go. Slow start there from Max Thorn as he's getting moved on already. But he holds it. Late braking into turn 1 for Max. And a little tagging on there on the pass by the Sauber. And the Sauber's up and through. That's Unity. Getting after positions already. It's gone board with Unity. He's looking to make a move on. Well, no, he's not. But he's held the position to Xerox Tom behind. Xerox Tom, who's getting attacked already. Positive Vibes looking to go down the inside. He's getting battled. Late braking there by Positive. He might lose the place there to Siki. Siki bows out, but in front of him, Xerox Tom makes a mess of the corner, and up goes Positive Vibes into P6 for now. Xerox Tom got a 5-second penalty for corner cutting when he actually lost the place. That's interesting. But he's gained a place now on Positive Vibes. Maybe that's why he was going slow, because he cut a corner, gained a place, and had to try and give it back. Unfortunately, he gave it back to the wrong person. As Positive Vibes goes down the inside, and battling going on behind as Kimi takes Siki. Oh, a little bit of contact there from Xerox Tom on the back of Positive Vibes. Let's go on board with... Oh, what's happened there? Kimi's a little bit off. Siki moves past him. Sticks is going to move past him as well. As Vin has retired from the session already. Right at the back there. That's unfortunate for him. Kimi and Siki are going at it in front of Sticks. Bit of corner cut there from Siki. That's giving Kimi a good drive out the corner. He's going to look to get after him and get himself up there. He's going to slide it down the inside. No, he sits in behind for now. As that front Frank Honda still leading comfortably at the end of the day. Let's put on the position changes. He's already got a half-second lead over Beaker as well, and Unity are swapping places. So let's go up and have a look at that. That's Positive Vibes bouncing off the walls. So wow, must have lost it a little bit because yeah, he's nowhere near the back of Unity anymore. And let's just go back to the battle with QS. Let's see if we can have a look at that front wing, see if he hit a wall or something. It might cost him some damage. He looks fine. He's gone board with Kimi, who's just seen Siki move past Positive Vibes. Now is Kimi going to go down the inside of Positive Vibes? He gets a little bit on the grass. That's not going to help him. Positive Vibes looking down the inside of Siki. He goes for it. Late break in there. And that's going to help Kimi out a lot as he moves up. And Siki losing out tremendously there. Nearly losing place to the Sticks in the Ferrari as they're going side by side. Max Thorn picking up a penalty for probably corner cutting. And Sticks has bailed out of this battle. Let them go for it. And that's a car. I'm not sure where he's going. That looks like Max. And Positive Vibes giving the wall a good clout. DRS has been enabled. That will be available if you're within a second of the car in front when you hit the detection zone. And I believe there's only 2 detection zones for the 3 DRS straights. So let's go up, see the DRS then of Wout on Unity and see if he can make a pass to get himself up onto the podium. Obviously that battle behind is going to be interesting, and Wout is not going to be close enough, so let's go on board back to this battle with Kimi, Siki, Sticks, Positive Vibes, all battling out now for P6. Max Thorn pitting very early on. Maybe he had a little bit of damage, or maybe he just felt like he needed a pit, but he's done his mandatory pit stop. And if you just put the tyres on for a second, there you go, you can see he's onto those Ultra Softs. Kimi and Siki putting on Ultra Softs as they didn't do qualifying, started outside the top 10. So Siki is going to have DRS, Sticks is going to have DRS, Positive Vibes going to have DRS. Let's go on board with Siki in the middle and see if he can make use of it on Kimi. Obviously you've got DRS here, then you've got DRS into the first corner, and oh, he's all out of shape there. He's going to lose a lot of time now. As the Ferrari comes charging through, his positive vibes charges into the wall there. It's not going to help him. Thought I saw a little front wing flying across as well. That could have been from somewhere else. Slicks sits in behind Suki. Suki locking up there. So, no changes yet for these guys. Obviously the guys behind are going to be on the softer tyres, but those tyres aren't going to last more than a couple more laps, I suspect, if that at all. It might be looking to come in towards either the end of this lap or the end of the next lap, as Suki gives the wall a little kiss. It kind of sticks a chance, but Suki has DRS of his own and shouldn't have any problem defending this one just yet. So he's going to get another shot at the DRS. Crucially though, Suki's nearly fallen out of DRS of Kimi, but he's going to get it. DRS point is just back there. Oh no, sorry, it's there. That's it, just there. So Suki is going to get DRS, but Styx is getting it, and he's right behind. Positive Vibes has fallen off the back of this battle. Let's see what happens. Look at the Suki's right up there on Kimi. Styx is right on the back of Suki as well. Oh, big slide out the final corner there for Styx, and he's going to lost out big time as Styx goes past Kimi into P6. Is Kimi going to go down the inside? No, he doesn't. But Suki has taken Kimi. Styx failed to make it round the final corner cleanly and has dropped off the back of these guys, as further back the two McLaren guys have pitted. I'm hoping for their sake that's not a double stack mess, and it looks like it has been. Lucky Walnut's day has gone from bad to worse, getting a new nose and had a double stack in the pits with his teammate. Going to lost him a bit of time. Meanwhile out front, Frank Honda has a lead, but it's less than a second, which is going to give Beaker a chance to close in. And let's see if Beaker goes for an undercut on our race leader. Let's just stick with him for now. Frank. It's quite hard to work out who's actually going to go in the pits, because the braking point to the pits is after the braking point for the chicane. And that could cause some issues later on, as Beaker is right on the ball. Rear of Frank, is he looking down the inside of turn 1? He moves in, but very late braking, and he's going to have to give that position straight back to Frank Honda. He went a little late into the corner, and that's cost him a lot, so now he's got dirty tyres, and he hasn't made the as Frank Honda's picked up a penalty. I didn't see what happened there. Kimi though on the back of Suki. Kimi holds him off for now. Suki holds him off for now, apologies. Little luck up there from Suki, as Kimi's still right on his tail. As further back, Unity and Xerox Tom have pitted, so we're definitely in that pit window. I'm honestly surprised to see Beaker didn't decide to go for the pits, get the undercut on our race leader. I'd be surprised if neither of those two pit this time round. Beaker most likely is going to pit and try for an undercut, as further behind Unity and Styx make a movement on each other. Beaker has got a pace still though. He is closing in on the back of Frank Honda, but obviously we don't know what fuel mixes either of these drivers are using. Let's have a look then. They're both going in the pits, so it's going to be a battle of the pit team. Neither pick up penalties. That is very important for them. Let's see if the battle of the pit crew. So Beaker's going to get first, so maybe he's going to get a cut if he can get out and block, effectively block Frank, which I don't think he's going to do. Frank, he's done it. Beaker. Oh no, apologies, that's the game lag for you. Thought Beaker had done it, got really excited there, but he's come out just behind. As Suki's coming around the final corner, he's not going to be in front of Beaker. That's crucial for Beaker. He's come out ahead of him, so they resume their battle for P1. As more movement behind, as Max Thorne gains places on people that have just pitted. Max Thorne with another penalty. It's not going well for him, and he has just retired from the session. I wouldn't be surprised if that was out of frustration there for the Welshman. There he is. I think that looked like just into the inside corner of turn 2, and out he goes. Meanwhile, Suki is battling with Well. Oh, he's just late on the brakes then. Well, has had to cut the corner. Oh, nearly going out there, just sliding into the wall. As behind him, Unity is joining this battle. He's going to drive down the inside of the hairpin. He is. And that was a turn in and a half by Suki, but Unity has gained the position for now. However, oh, he does have DRS, my apologies. I thought he was going to say no DRS. Suki and Unity both with DRS going down the casino straight. Suki had the slipstream and better drive. Oh, that was a dangerous one. And that's pit assist for you. Working like a dream for Suki. So he took the place and then just kept going into the pits. He's put on a set of super softs, interestingly enough. That's an unusual call. Maybe he's run out of the ultras. Kimmy's put a new set of hypers on. He'd be flying, and he's going back in the pits already. I was gonna say he'd be flying on those, but he wouldn't really struggle to make it at the end of the race. And he's picked up damage on that nose. Interesting, Sicky's also put on a set of super softs. So let's have a look at Unity trying to close down the back of Welt. As that gap is at 2 seconds. Actually, let's have a look at Sicky and Sticky. Or Sicky and Sticks. See if we can get a battle on here. The gap is just over one. It's up to 1.2 seconds now. And that gap is starting to increase, but Sicky's tyres are still very cold. And they are going to be harder compounds, so he's going to struggle for the grip compared to Sticks. As we are at the half race distance, Frank Honda started lap 9 of 18. And yeah, you can see Sticky's fallen off the back of Sticks for now. But will he be able to get some grip and get after him? As up front, Beaker's trying to close in on Frank Honda, who they were battling before the pit stops came in. And not sure why they were so far apart, but obviously there's some slow pits for the Red Bull team. And he's bringing that gap down actually. Let's have a look at Beaker. Man on a mission here, and that mission is to stand on the top step of this podium here in Canada. And that gap is now down to 1.1 seconds. Beaker's just scything through this gap now. No DRS for him this time round. He's not going to get it on the home straight because the detection point for it is part of the first corner. And he's closing in on him. That gap is just over a second. He's going to feel a bit of slipstream coming down these straights as Beaker sets the fastest lap, 1:10.7. Let's have a look at the fastest laps while we're here. So as you can see, Frank Honda's fastest at 11.1. No one else has put a time in the 1:10s. So Beaker is absolutely flying. Just keeping an eye on the gaps to the leader, so not a lot going on at the moment. Sticks is getting close, Beaker's getting close. Sticks has just dropped out the 1 second window. Let's have a look at Sticks then. No DRS there for him down the home straight. As he's charging after positive vibes, the McLaren boy. See if he can find an extra gear to get himself up there on the back of him. If he gets close, he'll get DRS, but he's not going to be close enough for that this time round. He just needs to find effectively 0.2 of a second before the final corner. And behind him though, Sicky has closed the gap into under a second, so we could see a great battle going on here. But up front, Beaker has closed that gap in. Beaker's got under a second now to Frank Honda as they're going through the first corner. So they're quite far ahead. Sicky gets under a second. Wow, picks up a 3 second penalty. So Sicky not going to get DRS this time round, just not getting it before he got to, under a second before he got to the detection point. But still, it's getting tight for the battle for 6th place. Sticks looking like it got a little bit out of shape coming off the final chicane. Actions is starting to appear. That's what we like. Beaker's trying to hunt down the back of Frank Honda, put some pressure on him. But it's Frank just sitting in lean, letting Beaker come at him, and he can just turn it on and go when he needs to. Let's have a quick look up there then. Beaker's going to get some DRS. Let's have a look at ERS levels. Beaker's obviously significantly less. He's at 15%. Frank has twice as much ERS as Beaker does, but Beaker is absolutely flying with it. Is he going to make a move here down into turn 1? Or not quite. It's a little unsteady there. Looks like he flicks it and flicks it back. Meanwhile, further behind, Sicky's got that gap down to 0.4 of a second. That's just starting to fall away a little bit there. Sicky on these super softs, starting to warm up to him. And this looks like this could be a pass, as he's going to go down the inside into the final chicane. Up he goes, up to P7, and he's going to set his sights now on Positive Vibes, whose tyres getting old. Well, older than Sticks, who's just passed. 2 laps older than him. Oldest tyres on track other than his teammates. So let's go back up to the front. They're going to have another DRS attempt from Beaker. Let's check these ERS levels. They are very similar this time around. Beaker obviously using a little bit more to try and close in the back of Frank Honda. He's got that DRS. That gap's at 0.3, 0.26, 0.18. Looks down the inside. Frank with a little corner cut there. That's not hindered him. Oh, Beaker with a massive slide. And Beaker is out. He just unstable out the exit, the final corner, putting his foot down too hard. And has just spun up the rears and spun into the wall. And that could have just denied us a great battle for the lead. There are still battles happening on. Sticky has moved up into the rear. Positive Vibes then, as they're going to come down the Casino Straight. This looks like it's going to be an easy move then for Sticky. Positive Vibes doesn't even move. He just sits on his line. And up goes Sticky as they come up to the wreckage. Oh, the wreckage of Beaker has been cleared now. You can see part of it left there. Our third retiree of the day, following on from Vin and Max Thorne and Beaker. Now he will get P10, but it's all for now. So Sticks is looking to get past Positive Vibes now. Apologies. Oh, Serap Som has got that gap down to 3 seconds from Unity. Wow, it's got a gap down to 2 seconds from Frank Honda. Oh, Sticks always looking like he oversteered, but at the same time it didn't look skiddy. I think he just actually physically oversteered. Positive Vibes a little out of shape there. It's going to give Sticks a chance. Sticks has to bail out because he actually oversteered that time and was heading wall bound. But he's going to get DRS then down this back straight. And let's see if he can make a move. Positive Vibes falling back, unfortunately for him. The host of this league, maybe looking to get a nice haul of points, particularly now that anyone that actually gets to the end will get points. Sticks moves up. Positive Vibes can't re-attack him there. He's going to get a bit of slipstream. Let's see if he can make anything of it. But just a mighty drive out the corner from Sticks as Frank Honda's picked up a 3-second penalty. I've seen him with one already, so that's the second one. I think I might have seen Wout pick up one, so this could be an interesting battle as we're coming towards the end of lap 14. Wout is 1.5 seconds behind our leader. Lucky we're not picking up a penalty. That might have an effect for him towards the end of the race, as Kimi is only 5 seconds behind him. Let's see if Wout can hold his car better than Beaker did. As the gap is down to 1.2 seconds. Unity picking up a penalty. So I'm also picking up a penalty to basically nullify that penalty. Wow, with a bit of oversteer coming off the second corner. Coming up now to the chicane 3 and 4. He's trying to reel that gap into Frank Honda. Or maybe he knows how many penalties Frank has and just wants to sit comfortably behind him and pick up the points of a win if he does have less than Frank. Positive Vibes is starting to fall off the back of Sticks then. Sticks, just keep an eye on his time, see if he will close down Sticky in front, but I don't think he will. So we're going to sit here with the battle that will hopefully develop for the lead. We've only got a handful of laps though left, as Frank's about to come round the final chicane to finish lap 15 off for us. 3 laps to go then. And Wout needs to find something if he has got the same penalties. Obviously I don't know, I'm basing this on my memory of what I've seen. I know Frank has 6. I think Wout has 3. It's been a great recovery drive behind him from Unity, who had a terrible qualifying, wasn't able to put in some decent laps, and is up to P3 at the moment. As Positive Vibes has actually closed on the back of Sticks. That could be an interesting battle. Wasn't expecting to see Positive Vibes close in, but he has, and he's got DRS going down towards the first corner. Let's see if he makes a move on the Ferrari driver. He has a little look. Oh, very late on the brakes there. Just keeping out of the back of Sticks. As this is going to be a good battle here if they can make it. Oh, Sticks slow, very slow at the corner. Positive Vibes with a great drive. He's going to look down the inside here. Oh, some aggressive defending, and Positive Vibes has gone into the back of Sticks. There's definitely weaving there from Sticks. An attempt to defend against the McLaren driver. Meanwhile, Xerox Tom has closed in on Unity. He's got to go down to less than a second with only 2 laps to go. Oh, sliding out those corners. But if he can keep gaining time with Unity and not fall back, he'll get a DRS. So he's going to have DRS here. It's unlikely to make the pass because he's already a second behind. But DRS can work wonders. Don't need to pass here, you just need to close in, because up next you've got an even longer straight down the casino straight, and then you've got the home straight section all under the same detection point. And he's going to have that DRS in a moment's time. So let's see if he can make a move. That gap is at half a second already, and this should be a pass. We'll see if Unity can defend against it. Unity is taking the inside line. Is he going to move over? He does move over towards the braking point. He unfortunately had to cut the corner and somehow has escaped a penalty there. Xerox Tom looking to make the move. I think Unity's gifted that place back to him. All's fair in love and war. Oh, he might gift it back, but he's taking it straight back off him. Oh, Xerox Tom, he held it beautifully. I thought that was it for Xerox Tom. Just sliding into turn 3. Are these tyres starting to die? This is the final lap, don't forget. Boys, I'm about to sneeze, so I can turn my mic off for a second. Right, that's the sneezing done. Back to action. Xerox Tom still on the back here at Unity. Let's see if he can make a move. Coming down towards the hairpin. Is he going to look down the inside, or is he just going to stick behind? Use the DRS. Just needs to make sure he gets around this clean. As out front, Frank Honda will take home the win. Whether or not, well, it's got less penalties, we'll find out in a moment. But this battle's still going on for P3 between Xerox Tom and Unity, coming down towards the final corner for the last time. Xerox Tom just can't find a way past. He just didn't get enough drive off the corner. And I don't think he's going to get it. Could be close. Oh, it's very close. Oh, look at that gap. Well, taking the win by just over a second. Unity holding on to P3 by 4 hundredths of a second. Outstanding race there from those two. So further back you're going to have Siki coming across the line. More penalties being applied to the people at the back. Not really an issue. Siki in the Force India, or Racing Point as it should now be called. He's going to take home P5. 6 and a bit seconds clear of Sticks behind him. Sticks and Positive Vibes still batting out towards the very end. And let's see if penalties have a play on this. It does. Positive Vibes gets P6 from Sticks after the penalties applied. Kimi very much off the pace here, but still finishing the race in P8. And your last man to come across the line will be lucky or not in a moment's time. If he decides he wants to finish, we'll find out if he wants to finish in a moment. If you could finish, that would be great. There we go. So let's get a final rundown of those positions in a moment. That always lags for me, so unfortunately I'm going to have to skip it, but good to see 2 Sauber drivers up there on the podium. Obviously they'd rather be on the top step, but while taking the win, through more penalties to Frank Honda. Unity and Xerox Tom having a close battle there for third place as they cross the line, so close together. Sicky picking up P5, positives P6 through penalties to Sticks. And Sticks obviously P7, followed by Kimmy and Lucky Walnut. DNF was with Beaker, which unfortunately for him, he was right in the rear of Frank Honda with only a handful of laps to go. Max Thorne P11 and Vin P12. So there we go. Decent recovery drive there from Unity after a poor qualifying. Sicky decent as well, starting right at the very back in P12, getting up to P5. But yeah, thank you all for being here for the Canadian Grand Prix. Next time we are off to Paul Ricard in France. So that'll be next week. So thank you all for being here. See you next week.